Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of AgilePoint NX Portal Builder module. Using AgilePoint NX Portal Builder module, you can create customized pages for your AgilePoint NX portal, which can include custom menus, custom search screens, custom widget screens, and even override the default homepage of your AgilePoint NX portal. So in order to access this module, we are going to go to AgilePoint NX menu and click on Build Pages. The overview screen shows you how many number of pages exist and how many number of custom menus exist right now, which you can see on the side tree as well. I'm going to go ahead and click New Page. Over here, I'm going to give it a name. So I'm going to call it Demo Page. And it has a relative URL, which is relative to the base path of your AgilePoint portal, which in my case is alpha.agilityclouds.com. And I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So it creates a new page. And I'm going to go ahead and click Add a section, which adds a row to my page, and then add a widget. Now, before we start designing the page, we can quickly look at the number of widgets available as of recording this video. So there is a button widget. There is eForm to embed any existing eForms within the custom page. Heading widget, which we are going to use. Hyperlink for putting links within the page. Rich text for putting customized text within the page. AgilePoint Work Center. So you can now put Work Center as well within the page, your custom page. Then under media, you can embed a video. You can embed any external content from an external web page, which we are going to use actually as part of demo. Image and the image carousel, which is a sequence of images, and it will auto scroll, just like you see on a lot of websites. Card. So you have a lot of cards as well, like animation cards, audio cards, embed card, image card. We are going to use a whole lot of these. Profile cards, thumbnail card. And then finally the layout section, which has, you can add a row. Now you can add a row within a row, so it supports things like row span. You can add a column from here and a menu. So we are going to start with heading. What I have done is I have put some of my values in the scratchpad so that I can quickly copy and paste. I'm going to change the background color of this row. Now I can use the color selector, or I can just specify the hex value over here and click add. So as you can see, it got added. Now I have complete control over what to put on that header. It is everything is a rich text control. So you see, I can just paste it over here. I can select it and say I want to center align it. I want to give it, say, white color. This time I'm going to use a color picker and make it of style heading. Now by default, if you see, a content over here is sized like this, but I can actually just grab it and reduce the size as well. So it's just a drag and drop. Or if I wanted to get it back to original size, I can just click on it and it will go into the auto mode. So it will automatically take the size according to the content. I'm going to still reduce it to a specific height for this row. Next, I'm going to add an image control in the next row. So I'm going to click on plus. So the plus button is available right over here at the border of the row. And click add widget. And I'm going to go to media and select image control and provide an image URL. Now I can say maintain aspect ratio, and there you go. Now next, I'm going to add a row with 2 columns. So let's go ahead. Now in order to access that plus button, I can just hover over it, the row boundary, and click on it, and then just click plus. Now as you can see, I want to add 2 columns over here. Now there are 2 ways of doing it. Either I can click on this section and it will enable the plus button, or I can hover over the corner and it will give me the plus button as well, clicking it, the line. So I added, as you can see, I added 2 columns over here. Now I'm going to start with a profile card, and I'm going to use this as the color. I'm going to go to card, profile card, I'm going to give it a hex value again. Here is the URL I want to use, the profile image URL, and I'm going to use profile image shape as circle. Next, I'm going to just keep the default values for width, height. I'm going to change the footer action background to green and the link color to white. And the link should be pointing to one of my blog posts over here. And the text should be read more. And go ahead and click add. So as you can see, it added my profile image or profile card over here. I'm going to quickly provide it some text. So I can change the profile title. As I said, it is a rich text editor. Subtitle. Give it a little bit space and then the name of the blog post. And put a little bit space. Now, if I wanted, I could really style this thing the way I wanted. Okay. Now, before I move forward and add other controls, one thing I wanted to show is how you navigate and select individual controls. So you can see that right now, if I double click on a particular cell, it has selected the widget inside it. Now, what if I wanted to select the column? I can obviously hover over it and select a column, or there is an up arrow over here. I can use that as well. So before I click on that, I'll say that you see the menu right now is the widget menu. I can see the widget menu. But if I go and click up arrow, now the column itself is selected. Now I can click on this button to select the content itself, that is the widget inside it. Or if I wanted to edit column properties, you see here is the column properties over here. Similarly, if I do the up arrow again, it selects the row. So it provides you a way of navigating as well. Or if I wanted to get back to my widget, I can just double click on it and it comes up. And then I can delete the. So instead of having multiple menus, we have provided a navigation mechanism. Okay. Next, I'm going to add a rich text area and put some blob of text. Going to go with default CSS. Just click on it. As I said, everything is a rich text editor. I can probably just mark certain part as bold. I can do the styling the way I want it. Next, I'm going to quickly add another header so that the form looks a little bit cleaner. I clicked on the row boundary, click on plus button, and I'm going to say add a heading and give it a default background color of blue. And here is the text, which I want to center align, give it white color just like I did previously, and mark it as type heading 1. Again, resize it a little bit if you want. Let's add a new row. Now we are going to add 4 columns and 4 different kind of cards in here. So in order to add columns, again, I can either double click on it and then click this, or take my mouse pointer to the row boundary and it would have shown me the plus button. So I'm going to say add 4 columns. It's as simple as this. Let's start with the image card. I'm going to have an image URL. Go to card section and say I want to add an image card, and go with the default image position would be above the text, and go with the default color as well. Now I can make that whole card clickable. So I can either enable the hyperlink, give the hyperlink URL, whether the whole card is clickable, or I want to add a button. And if I set button, what is the color of the button and the text on the button? I'm going to just keep it normal. So I'm going to just say, okay, let's go ahead and click add. So you see now the image is there, and I can quickly provide the image title or card title and some random text. I'm going to give it a little bit space and text. I'll quickly do the same thing for animation card. I'm going to cover all kind of cards over here. Go with the defaults. Title would be animation card. And here is some text. Next, I'm going to do video card. A video card needs a video as well as the thumbnail image. So I'm going to say video card and the thumbnail URL. Actually, I copied the wrong one. So let's go ahead and put these two again. I'm going to go to edit. Copied my audio card by mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and do the thumbnail image again. And I'll say save. So you can see now it's my video, and I'm going to put the title. And the text. Similarly, next I'm going to do the audio card. And its corresponding thumbnail. Title. And the text. So it's that easy to add these fancy kind of card features over here. Next, I'm going to show a little bit of thumbnail cards. So I'm going to again add a heading first. I'm going to again click the row, click plus button. I'll add a heading, change the color, click add. I'm going to call it thumbnail cards. Again, the same thing, center align, give it white color, and call it heading 1. And I can resize it if I wanted. Next, I'm going to, as I said, add some thumbnail cards. So I'm going to add a new row. I'm going to add 3 columns. In the card section, I'm going to say I want to add a thumbnail card. Here is the URL. Here's a sample text. Sorry. Let me copy it again. And I'm going to repeat the same thing. Sample card 2. And the corresponding text. Third one is sample card 3. I'm going to copy the title. So just by doing that, I got 3 thumbnail cards over here. Next, I'm going to again add a header. Just so that my page looks a little bit cleaner. And now I'm going to add some social capabilities. I'm going to center align it, give it white color, and heading 1, style is heading 1. Next, I'm going to add a row with 2 columns. The first column, I'm going to add a e-form. And in e-form, I'm going to say, here it shows all the available e-forms. Now, pretty soon we are going to have an option of a filter where you can say, show only form-based applications or process-based applications. Right now, it is showing both. I'm going to just say I want to select an application named Contact Us, and because it is a process-based application, there's a process named Contact within that. In form-based application, I just select the form itself. I'll just go with the defaults. Hide background hides the side borders of a form, and title hides the title part of the form. So I'm going to just go with default. I just want it to be without the borders and title, so that it looks part of the page itself. As you can see, reset it back. As you can see, I can resize the row a little bit. Row height. The form itself started showing up within the cell. Next, I'm going to add a link to Yammer so that I can embed social feed over here. For that, I'm going to go to Media, Embed, and provide the URL. So there you go. Now your social feed starts showing up over there. As you remember, this is the page external, so that's why I use the embed control. External to the AgilePoint portal. And now I'm going to quickly add one more heading. Call it Submit Support Ticket. Again, center align it. And resize the row. The last row I'm going to add is, I'm going to add one more e-form over here, just to show that multiple e-forms can exist on a single page. So that's one of the capabilities this thing has. So I'm going to say, show me the support ticket tab in this area. And I'm going to resize it. So as you can see, within the same page, multiple e-forms could have been rendered, which means I could create these reusable widgets with using the widget only form as a service application, and then I can actually embed it within the same portal page. So that's it. I'm done with my page. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Changes. Now, before I actually publish this page out, I'm going to add a menu to it as well. So I'm going to say add a menu. I can call it something, say demo. If I go to demo menu, I can start adding menu items. So I can say this is called, say, home page. And again, the relative URL or the full URL. So I can say, and I can keep adding multiples like, say, manage center. I can keep adding, designing my menu. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the menus I had already designed, which is this one. So I'm going to go back to my page, which is demo page. And I want to add it to the top, right? So I'm going to select the row here itself. I can click plus button at the top. So it added a row above it. And I'm going to say add a widget, layout, menu, select which menu I want. So I wanted the demo menu over here. If I wanted to include a logo of the company, I can do that as well, which I'm going to do. I'm going to put AgilePoint's logo, and I'm going to say this is going to be, the height of the menu will be 50, so that the logo looks okay. I can change other things like menu background colors and menu options when it is selected. I'm going to go with defaults, and I'm going to reduce the size of the row a little. And that's it. My page is ready to test. I'm going to say save changes, preview. I can quickly preview my page as well. So there you go. It's completely customized look and feel. There is no AgilePoint menu in there. I created my own customized menu. And if you look at the page, it's as per what I designed. Now, of course, I would have got rid of the submit and the cancel buttons if I wanted. So if it is a form as a service application or widget only application, these buttons are obviously not shown. I selected a process based application. That's why those buttons are showing up. So this way I can create customized pages for my portal. Now, in addition to this, we have created a couple of sample pages just to give you an idea of what kind of pages can be really created with this. So let's navigate to AgilePoint website. So AgilePoint website's homepage has been created with with this portal builder module. So let's go ahead and click preview. So these are examples of more complex forms. So as you can see over here, it very quickly showed a very customized and more complex looking form with a lot of fancy features in there. For those of you who are familiar with one of our internal portals, here's the page. I'm going to just quickly preview it. So this is the home page of one of our internal portals, as you know. So you can create these kind of pages real quick with AgilePoint NX Portal Builder module. Thanks a lot for your time.